So as the Super Bowl approaches, I started thinking to myself, and I made a list for myself of, in no particular order, I feel like the Niners' most glaring needs going into the offseason, pre-draft, pre-free agency. I have done videos like this before, but I've talked about other things on top of that. But to me, there's 4 basic needs, and then there's probably a smattering of others depending on what you guys think. My first, and like I said, it's in no particular order. My first need would be interior offensive line. I think the 49ers could really do themselves a service by moving on from Weston Richburg. They need to find themselves a suitable player that can, 1, stay healthy, and 2, not be super expensive. One of the main reasons I feel like they need to move on from Richburg is the fact that he costs so much and he's played so little. So they need someone who can play center and guard maybe. They can maybe address both positions, but center seems like the most logical move. You figure in the draft they could always address guard. We have multiple 3rds and 5ths, so might be an area where the 49ers look to improve that. They could try early in the draft. Depends. The Niners could see that there's a really good guard on the board at 12 and take him. I don't know if that's a legitimate possibility just because I don't know if you would want to take a guard at the 12th pick, but, you really don't know at this point what the Niners are going to do at number 12. My second thing would be the secondary. We're going to lose a lot of guys. And, Sherman, I would assume, is pretty much all but a given that he's not coming back. Jaquiski Tart could be a casualty, although the safety market, I don't know what the safety market looks like. He very well could come back on a 1-year deal. You look at K'Wan Williams. You look at Jason Verrett, the only guy that's really, I feel like that position, there could be a lot of turnover. Now, the Niners move on from certain guys, they could free up money. I think the Niners' 2 biggest free agents that they need to re-sign are Trent Williams and Jason Verrett. So hopefully they think the same, but that secondary is definitely going to have a lot of turnover, so be interesting to see what the 49ers consider important and what the Niners consider expendable. So be interesting. That secondary could look very different next year. My next thing is D Ford's replacement. We need to find an edge rusher. Kerry Hyder was great. He may have very well priced himself out of returning. But the Niners need a speed rusher. Again, they could probably do this in the draft. They could do it at number 12, but I don't know the draft stock on all these defensive players, if there's a guy worth taking at 12 or if you can get him later on. But they need to replace that production because his production and his ability to rush the passer definitely affected Nick Bosa, and they worked very well together. So, and plus, Bosa needs help. He can't do it all by himself, especially if you're going to have a secondary that's going to be with a lot of new guys. You would want to have a pass rush to help him out. So that definitely is an important move that the Niners need to address, either, like I said, in free agency, but most likely in the draft. And finally, and most not surprising, at least with me, is quarterback. Now, like I've said before, Bosa. Garoppolo coming back seems like the logical thing, but it's what the Niners do behind him, and if they draft a rookie. But that quarterback room needs to be severely adjusted, and hopefully the Niners see that as a priority. This is year 5, and this regime is, like I said before, it's make or break. At least for Lynch. I see Shanahan being protected, but I don't see Shanahan being protected forever. The Niners keep all their picks and they don't trade away picks like the Rams, but yet the Rams have been in the playoffs more than the 49ers have the last couple of years. So I'm not saying that giving away the farm and giving away the future is how you run a business or run a team, but the Niners' way of doing it hasn't produced all but one season in the playoffs. So this is going to be an interesting offseason. I hope you guys agree on the needs of the team. If you think there's any other glaring needs that need to be addressed, hit me down in the comments below. Hope everybody enjoys the Super Bowl. I'm not really rooting for anybody, but if I had to pick a team, I guess it would be Kansas City, just because I don't want to see Brady win another one. And then we wait for free agency, and that should be interesting. We'll have a lot more answers in the next couple weeks. So I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe and healthy. And as you know, if anything changes that needs to be reported, I will report it. But until then, I will see you on the flip side.